But I will tell you this. I will tell you this. That there's special people who did all of the Bible books, commentaries, that they did some things that was this, wrong. And see, this is why, listen. There's some black people, our great-grandmothers, that was Sister Llewellyn was talking about a while. And I need to ask you another question later on after I got to remember, I got to ask you about something. But there was some, your loved one that you talked about a little while ago, I think it was your aunt, said that she's one of those people who love the Lord. Amen. Now, there are some ways that when they started using the Bible back in the day, they had some people that they had some different kind of people who tell us what is the right way. You don't hear what I'm saying? We didn't know. My great-grandmother, my great-grandfather, my grandfather, he was over 60 years old before he got to high school. But he got it, he made it. A lot of times, black folk didn't read the Bible. And what they heard from somebody who taught them, they have that little thing they call about that theology. The kind of structure that Sunday school that you talked about last week when you talked about the thing about Hagar, how she was all messed up and she was all blah, blah, blah. And look at, the Bible tells here, the psalmist says this, teach me. I don't want the wrong one. It ain't something about just, I want the right one. And the right one is, I want the Lord. Amen. Teach me. Yeah. And listen. You don't want to go back, right? Because right there it says, teach me who? Oh Lord. Deacon Esther. Oh Lord. And who is he anyway? Merciful, gracious one. Teach me, gracious one. That's what he's got someone say. That's who he is. That's what he's on his resume. Merciful, gracious, patient. Teach me. Because I need to learn how to do that. Because sometimes I just get, I get upset. That's why I know I will never be God. You might be a God, some that you would. I'm not God. He said, what? Teach me, oh Lord. Teach me my merciful, my gracious one, my patient one. My faithfulness, my loving one, my righteous one, my just one. Go back. Eat this regularly. Because every time you come back in there, you come right in there again. Bang. That's who the Lord is right there. And he said, now, teach me, O Lord, the way of what? Your statutes or your laws. See, some people, they got more rules in the Bible. I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to lie. Somehow, you might not believe it or not, but there was people who really, they went to church every Sunday, And they had slaves every day. And they whooped head, back, men, or woman. But he says this, and I said, teach me, O Lord, the way of your statutes, your laws, your obediences. All of those words are the same thing. And I will observe it. Listen, how long? To the end. To when? To the end. To end what? This evening? Maybe. To end. To what? Lord, teach me what? To the end. I said, I don't want to teach me to the end. Your auntie. I believe that she must have been saying, I had something like that say, I wanna teach you. I want you to teach me all the way to the end. This is so rich, Richard. He goes on, give me what? Understanding. I want, teach me. And teach me until I understand. My friend Joanne Vaughn, she said we was having a Sunday having a class one Wednesday, and she was reading around in there, and she said, well, I read this, but I read that, and I was reading something, and I said, well, I don't know what to do, so I just asked the Lord, help me to understand. That's what we need to do. Lord, help me to understand. See, in this world, there's a lot of people. Just because somebody wrote a book, that just meant they had enough money to have a book. Somebody read it. But sometimes you got to say, well, who wrote that? It might have been some kind of KKKs in there. You don't know until you read in there who they are, and then you still might know because they might lie. Give me understanding that I may keep your law and observe it with my whole, not a little bit of it, with my whole heart. Amen. He says, lead me. Lead me. See that? Teach me. Give me, lead me in the path. Lead me. Lead me. You remember when you had your babies, and they would be up in they started walking around there a little bit, and they'd be running through there, right through the living room. Or maybe they were through the kitchen. Or they might even been through the basement someplace. And one day they just say, they got a big old grin on their face, and they just take it out, boom, they're running fast as they can. Boy, be still. And that boy just go to falling out like this way. Fall down in the floor. He said, ah. But thank God, they was close to the ground. They didn't get hurt too, but they didn't get they laughing about what's going on. He said, oh, thank God. Lead me. That's why we hold our baby's hand. Lead me. Don't wait. I hear people say, well, when my baby gets to be, when they learn how to act better in church, well, we're going to be all right. You know what? I'm even very sure that Mount Hermon has a special church that they can, if the child have a little something to say, a little noise and making everything, we're going to be okay. Don't tell me, well, when my babies get up here till they get to be 12 or 14, then you can go to church. What? But you didn't taught them how to go to the mall. They go to the show. Yeah. They can go down by. Lead them. Lord, lead me, though. Lead me in the path of your commandment. I want to know what your law is. I want to know about your commandment. I want to know about your statutes. I want to know about that's what those words mean over and over again. Lord, teach me your rules. There may be some other people got some rules, and they might talk real tough. They might They might be talking real tough. They gonna burn up in heaven and all of that kind of stuff. People going to hell and listen. You don't worry about that. You learn how to do this. Lord, you lead me. Now, see, that's one of the things that folk, and maybe I'm scared to say this, but I think after 30 years, I figure the next 30 years I have to do is going to be a little bit more of a stretch. That by now, most of you heard, I didn't spend a lot of time talking about where's hell at. You probably noticed that. I have not spent a lot of talk about hell. I ain't had not one sermon about hell. Say, well, we need to get rid of him so we can have pastors be telling hell stories. No. You need to have, I guess you do, but then that's why you need me, because you don't do that. Trust in the Lord. I'm not. Lead me in the path of your commandment, for I delight in it. So what? Look what he said right here. Verse 37. Oh no, I go back up on 36 verse. Turn my heart. Yeah. Turn my heart to your decrees. Turn my heart to your decrees, laws, commandments, same things. Turn my heart, don't listen. Lord, I don't want you to turn your heart. God, don't turn, no, Lord, you turn my heart so that I know the right way. You see, when God, I think what's going to happen in the United States and America and this whole world, that at some point or another, people are going to turn their hearts to God. You notice now that people, they don't have to work. They got signs all around town that say, well, there's another store over here. We need somebody to work over here. All around the place. But they can still get money. They can eat every day. This is when you usually need to have to go work someplace where you get some money, right? But people don't have to go to work. They don't have to go anywhere. I ain't talking about social studies, social security people. I'm talking about somebody who could go to job someplace. He says, what? Turn my heart to your decrees and not to selfish gains. Listen, turn my heart to your decrees and not to what? Selfish gains. You know, if all the person that you ever think about is you already you're in a lot of trouble. You're in a whole lot of trouble. You have to learn how to be concerned about somebody other than you. Don't be selfish. And say, but you're gonna be ready to, every time somebody turn around, somebody say, well, they need you a little favor or something like that, and they say, well, okay, listen, I need about $20 for what you did that for what I did for you. When you could have just helped them along the way. I'm gonna say, just always trying to take, mistreating people. Don't be selfish. Now, I know Mount Hermon is not that kind of way, but maybe somebody who'll be sharing this out right now, that people who are in trouble because they are selfish right now. Okay. I get going down. Say the word. Turn my eyes. Look at this. Now you said, turn my eyes. First turn my heart. That's what he said before. He's been lead me, give me. Now he says this, turn my heart. And he says, turn my eyes from looking at vanities. Junk. Don't let me look at all the stuff that ain't worth nothing. It's not, it has no value. Sometimes we have our minds on our right thoughts.